Let's look at marriages. Natural family planning improves spousal communication. One couple says, practicing natural family planning has enhanced our marriage in practical ways. It has strengthened our communication tenfold. We plan our family together consciously. Marriage counselor Dr. Gregory Popchak explains why NFP may improve communication. He says, couples are forced to nurture their friendship more because they can't just throw sex at their problems. Natural family planning also is reported to heighten the mutual respect of the couple. Consider this from one wife. She says, it wasn't my responsibility as a wife or the sacrifice I had to make to keep my husband happy. He understands and respects my body more, and I respect him more because he is supportive and not selfish. A female Catholic theologian notices many women that I have known have been exploited or have allowed themselves to be exploited by contraception. However, women using natural family planning nearly always feel revered and treasured by their husbands, for they sense that their husbands respect them as persons. This one's a fun one to note, especially when you're talking to a skeptic of natural family planning. Survey studies indicate that natural family planning increases sexual satisfaction. One 2003 survey study says this: abstinence, this is the periodic abstinence, the occasional abstinence during fertile times. Abstinence enhanced couples' anticipation of sexual intercourse during infertile times. They also reported that sexual intercourse and other intimate activities, including foreplay, had improved. One quote from this study has a couple saying, "Our sexual relationship is incredible. I have no complaints and truly believe that the periodic abstinence of NFP caused us never to get into a rut sexually." Another couple testifies, "NFP and a chaste attitude towards sex and marriage opened up a new world for us," this wife says. "It bonded my husband and me in a way that is so deep, so strong that it's hard to describe. Sometimes it is difficult, but that makes us even closer. We revere each other, and when we do come together, we're like honeymooners." Which leads me to my next topic. The honeymoon effect is known in natural family planning circles. Couples who use natural family planning, since they can't engage in intercourse all throughout the month, there's this period of waiting. It's like dating again. They have to court each other. They can't be sexually active. And it allows them the opportunity to do more things together, like when they were dating, to court each other, to date, to show their affection in non-sexual ways, which is essential for relationships. One man says this: "I have to court Ellen once a cycle, and that's a good thing for our marriage. I have to talk to her. We have to be physically close, but not maritally intimate. This has drawn us closer together, and self-control is essential." Speaking of self-control, self-control is one of the first things that turns people off to natural family planning. They think it's going to be too hard. Surely I can't engage in periodic abstinence. This will be too difficult. I need to be available to have sexual intercourse whenever I want. But according to this 2002 survey of couples using natural family planning, many of them responded and expressed pride in the self-control that they have developed using natural family planning. In fact, one man said that he had made a major impact on the other men that he worked with in his workplace because he would talk about natural family planning. He would share his experiences, and this impressed the young men who worked with him because they thought, and they expressed this to him, that if he can sleep with his wife and not be sexually active, then perhaps I can control my own desires with my girlfriend or my fiancée or my young wife. Natural family planning has radically low divorce rates. Divorce rates are 1 to 2%, certainly no higher than 5%, surveys indicate, which is 10 to 25 times less than the national average, which is still around 50%. One researcher attributes 50% of the rise in divorce rates from the early 60s into the mid-70s, when the use of the pill was skyrocketing, to the increased use of contraception. 50% of the rise in divorce rates attributed to the increased use of contraception. Why? One group proposes self-discipline and generosity of natural family planning helps to build the attitudes, communication, respect, virtue, self-discipline needed for happy and healthy marriages. Finally, natural family planning is known to enrich spirituality, as far as couples attest. They say it makes me closer to God. It makes me closer to the church. It makes me closer to my spouse. It improves my marriage. It leads to personal growth, self-discipline, growth in virtue, and it makes me more loving.